Welcome to Miami-Dade College in Focus. I'm Beverly Counts Rodriguez, Director of Media Relations, and your host for the show. The 23rd Annual Miami Book Fair International is just around the corner, and today you will hear about all the activities taking place during the week-long event. We will also learn about an innovative program being offered only at Miami-Dade College's Medical Center campus. But before all that, let's focus on what's been taking place throughout Miami-Dade College. Lifting their eyes and opening their hearts to help a neighboring community is how many people from the Wilson campus chose to spend their free time. Here to give us the details is reporter Jay Sandhouse.
More than 250 volunteers from Miami-Dade College teamed up with local community development organizations to conduct a service learning project called Planting the Seeds of Peace and Prosperity in the historic section of Overtown. Students, faculty, and staff all came together to transform 2 vacant lots into a nursery and an organic food garden.
This is actually the first time that I heard about service learning, and I actually think it's a wonderful thing to do. A lot of students in the college, it's mandatory to do it, but I think it's wonderful that we get to help our community out.
With garden tools in hand and new ideas on how to stimulate job growth in Overtown, volunteers cleaned up the lot on the corner of Northwest 11th Street and Northwest 2nd Avenue and planted pigeon peas. The peas are the first plants taking root in the Overtown Community Organic Native Plant and Nursery Garden.
We're hoping that it's just going to grow, and we're going to attract the community, and we're going to have plants that we give away, and we're going to have food that gets generated, and we're going to have this wonderful little viable business of native plants and trees.
This project branched out Earth Ethics Institute and the Center for Community Involvement at Miami-Dade College in conjunction with Roots in the City, St. John Institutional Missionary Baptist Church, and Three Sisters Farm. Through this venture, the partners are working together to develop the inner city by providing residents with an opportunity to cultivate produce for sale.
We just love everything you guys doing now. Don't think it's not appreciated, not only from me, all the people in the neighborhood around here.
Planting the Seeds of Peace and Prosperity coincided with National Gandhi Day of Service, a day that honors the memory of Mahatma Gandhi by encouraging people to do volunteer work in their local communities. For Miami-Dade College in Focus, I'm Jay Sandhouse.
Thanks, Jay. The North Campus is getting, or the North Campus Lake, that is getting a facelift. And the ones conducting this environmental transformation are none other than the students, faculty, and staff of Miami-Dade College.
The community at Miami-Dade College's North Campus is teaming up and cleaning up its 4-acre lake with a project called Rejuvelate. It was the faculty of the Biology, Health, and Wellness program that came up with the plan of combining learning through community service.
We envisioned that we would do something about our lake. We have a beautiful 4-acre lake, and what we wanted to do was not only provide an educational opportunity for our students, but also to beautify the lake area so that we can have faculty and staff and students begin to enjoy this particular area here.
Campus President Jose A. Vicente led the charge by inaugurating the event and cutting the ribbon from the center of the lake on a large canoe. Wearing rubber gloves on their hands, the teams hit the lake and started picking up debris.
As we clean up the lake, we are getting it ready, first of all, for bog planting, and that's the plants that will be around the periphery of the lake. They're very water resistant, they're natural plants, but they're also very beautiful and flowering plants. It's many other plants you might see around a wetland, etc.
Rejuvelate will evolve into various stages. Once the cleanup phase is completed, a variation of water lilies and irises will be added. Then koi fish, the most popular freshwater pond fish, will be introduced into the lake. For Miami-Dade College in Focus, I'm Jay Sandhouse.
Nursing students at the Medical Center campus receiving top-notch advice from Miami-Dade College alumnus and current executive director for the Florida Board of Nursing, Rick Carlos Garcia. Garcia visiting his alma mater and telling the future nurses what they must do to become licensed in nursing. Garcia also instructing the students to be passionate about their career and to always remember their roots. Visitors to the computer courtyard at the North Campus are finding many upgrades. A second floor has been added to the Technology Resource Center, and with it, new computers and plasma TVs. With almost 500 computers now available for use, this new addition is serving a great need.
Students here at the North Campus, they have literally been making lines because the first phase of the computer courtyard was not sufficient to accommodate all of the students that we have had here.
The computer courtyard provides a wide range of services for students, giving them access to MDC online student accounts, as well as access to academic websites. Students can also download and print their work. Faculty needing electronic classrooms can now hold their classes in the newly renovated area. The computer courtyard is located in Building 2000. It is monitored 24 hours a day and has a state-of-the-art security system. Students, alumni, and members of the community all getting a chance to have informal job interviews at the Wolfson Campus Job Fair, the one-day exposition taking place during the 22nd Annual Employment Development Week, sponsored by Career Services. Representatives from more than 75 prestigious companies and organizations were answering questions and handing out informal brochures. Employment Development Week also holding various workshops, lectures, and presentations throughout the campus. Miami-Dade College continues to motivate higher institutions throughout the world. Top administrators from colleges in Scotland and England visited the Kendall campus. The administrators met with Miami-Dade College officials to learn how they can improve their own operations. The colleges want to incorporate some of Miami-Dade College's teaching techniques into their own curriculums. The rhythm of Afro-Cuban beats were just one of the many sounds being heard throughout Miami-Dade College during Hispanic Heritage Month. The nonprofit organization Ife Ile performing before a crowd at the Wolfson campus. The group also teaching several traditional and contemporary dances found within the Afro-Cuban culture. Dr. Rolando Montoya, campus president, was among the many attendees enjoying the festivities and dancing in the conga line. Share Heritage Day was one of the many events taking place during Hispanic Heritage Month at the Homestead campus. The outdoor activities celebrated the cultures from 3 distinct countries in South America.
The rain didn't dampen the joyous celebration taking place at the Homestead campus during Hispanic Heritage Month. Many people having a good time by dancing to the melodic tunes rich in musical traditions.
Well, we have Boliviano, which they were celebrating in our Share Heritage Day for Hispanic Heritage Month, and there were different dancers, different in costumes and tradition, more celebrating the Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, and those countries, and just really sharing the heritage and the history. So a lot of our students came out and was able to find out information about the different countries.
A brief history explaining the origins of the folkloric outfits worn by the dancers and models was explained to the audience. The event was able to educate and entertain by highlighting varying and unifying factors found within the Hispanic culture from South America.
It was a good event because all the students, they got to know a different culture, different perspective.
It was a wonderful opportunity for our faculty, our staff, and importantly, our students to come together as a community and celebrate. We had a wonderful band, we had dancing, and clearly it was a great day for us, in spite of the rain.
For Miami-Dade College in Focus, this is Jay Sandhouse reporting.
The Arts and Philosophy Department at the Wolfson campus continuing its successful music series, Jazz at Wolfson Presents. Legendary jazz master Ira Sullivan played in front of students, faculty, and staff at a one-time only event. Sullivan was accompanied by a full band as he played his flute and clarinet. Sullivan played in the Chicago jazz scene during the 1950s. The countdown for this year's Miami Book Fair International kicked off in grand style with a celebration at Diego's Restaurant in Coral Gables. The festivities included the unveiling of this year's book fair poster. And this fall's One Book, One Community reading programs were announced to let everyone know what books South Floridians will be reading this fall. Adults will read Prospero's Daughter, a novel by Elizabeth Nunez. And for children, A Duck in New York City by Connie Caldor. The book fair and the One Book, One Community initiatives are all programs under the auspices of the Florida Center for the Literary Arts at Miami-Dade College. And if you are wondering how the One Book, One Community program works, the center will be releasing copies of Prospero's Daughter throughout South Florida. If you happen to find a free copy of the book somewhere, pick it up. Read it, then share your comments on the center's website. Once you're done reading Prospero's Daughter, pass it on. The One Book, One Community program is a 3-year-old initiative of the Florida Center for the Literary Arts at Miami-Dade College. The program promotes literacy and encourages South Floridians to read and talk about the same book at the same time. And we'll be hearing more about the 23rd Annual Miami Book Fair International when we come back, so stay tuned.
There are heroes.
My dad fixed things for everyone.
Whose names we never hear, reaching out to help their fellow man.
And me?
There are dreamers.
Well, I just held the light.
Who are making dreams come true, taking time to teach the children there's nothing they can't do. All it takes is a point of light.
Over the years, we fixed things for friends we knew and some we didn't. He was teaching me more than just how to fix things.
And you try to make it right.
Teaching by example.
You will be
Pass it on.
a point of light.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back to Miami-Dade College in Focus. With just a couple of weeks away, the Florida Center for the Literary Arts at Miami-Dade College is gearing up to host the 23rd Annual Miami Book Fair International on the grounds of the Wolfson campus in downtown Miami. The week-long event offers people of all ages a time of educational fun like none other. Well, here to tell us what we can expect is Executive Director for the Florida Center for the Literary Arts, Alina Interian. Thank you for being here, Alina.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, this book fair will be celebrating the classics in literature in its role in contemporary society. So what works will be featured?
Several works, as a matter of fact. One of the underlying themes of the fair, as you very well put, is flirting with the classics. We want to really bring to the community and to the fairgoers the importance of classics as present in today's contemporary literature. Elizabeth Nunez's work, Prospero's Daughter, as you know, was a one book, one community pick, and that is based on Shakespeare's classic play, The Tempest.
That's great.
In addition to that, we have, for example, Francine Prose with a biography on Italian painter Caravaggio. We have Edmund Morris talking to us about Beethoven, and we have a very important biographer with a biography on Abraham Lincoln. So all of this came together along with some very important anniversaries like the 20th anniversary of Jorge Luis Borges passing and Mozart's 250th. So we are definitely flirting with the classics.
Absolutely, and that's a very unique way to incorporate fun but learning about the classics in literature into something like this.
And it's true that their concepts and their plot thoughts and their ideas are very much